Hey guys, Churchy here. I've been wanting to play Remnant from the Ashes for quite a while now, and it went on sale recently, so I finally got it. I've been playing it a lot and just wanted to share a bit about the game and my experiences with it so far. So Remnant from the Ashes is a third-person shooter set in a post-apocalyptic world where Earth has been invaded from another dimension by tree-like demons known as the Root. It can be played with 1 to 3 players. The game takes some inspiration from games like Dark Souls and has a heavy emphasis on boss battles. You fight your way through various environments. The level layouts are randomly generated and are usually fairly corridor-like in nature, and it's all very sort of linear. But in this case, it's fine because it keeps you focused on moving forward. As you explore the levels, you'll fight an interesting variety of enemies and find scrap and various other materials that you can use to upgrade your gear. You'll rarely find new gear, but every weapon and armor set feels like it's designed for a different playstyle, and the game has a heavy focus on harvesting materials as you progress, and then using those materials to upgrade your weapons and armor. You can also craft unique weapons using the materials you get after defeating each boss. Leveling in the game is based on a trait system. You get experience from killing enemies and completing missions, and every time you level up, you gain a trait point to spend. You can unlock new traits by achieving certain goals in the game, like defeating certain bosses. You can also find tomes of knowledge, which give you a trait point. You can also select one of 3 archetypes near the start of the game. The Scrapper focuses on close-range combat, the Ex-Cultist focuses on mid-range combat, and the Hunter, which I picked, focuses on long-range combat. The archetype you pick doesn't matter too much and only affects your starting gear and traits. So now that you know a little bit about the game, I'll share some of my thoughts about it. I'm really loving how fluid and well-paced the combat, movement, and moment-to-moment gameplay feels. This game has a really satisfying gameplay loop, and it's a lot of fun figuring out the different enemy types and trying to exploit their weaknesses. The idea of learning how an enemy works and then exploiting their weaknesses is pushed even further with the boss battles. If you're a newbie like me, you'll probably die quite a few times while trying to figure out if there's any patterns or different stages to a boss fight, or if there's a weak spot you can shoot or something in the environment you can exploit. And yes, it can get pretty frustrating sometimes, but it's usually a really fun process, and defeating a boss feels really satisfying and rewarding. I love post-apocalyptic settings and stories, so I'm loving the different environments and the lore, especially the Earth location. I love the ruined cityscape with plant life spread all over it. I'm also liking the fact that it's tree-like creatures that have invaded, and it's focused on different dimensions rather than an alien invasion. I think it's a nice twist on a common formula, and in terms of modern games, a fairly unique setting. The invasion from another dimension concept works well because it allows the game to include other worlds or dimensions with their own unique environments, species, architecture, and societies while still fitting within the established lore. Remnant reminds me a little bit of a game I really liked years ago, which was Hellgate London. It has similar level design and a similar plot concept, but Hellgate was more standard demons and more of a standard ARPG looter shooter. But it was nice that Remnant, on top of being an awesome game by itself, also gave me that dose of nostalgia. It was especially the sections on Earth in the subway. Another cool thing is the different game modes. The base game has the campaign, which you can reset at any time, and adventure mode, which lets you focus on a specific world and the boss fights from that world. The DLC adds another game mode, which I haven't played a lot of yet, but it seems very cool. It's a roguelike survival mode. You have to keep moving and exploring, and you find traits and gear spread all over the place. And the more time passes, the stronger the enemies become. It's a pretty cool concept, and it's a nice change up from the base game. I'm really enjoying Remnant from the Ashes, and I'm pretty excited that I've finally got it after wanting it for so long, and I'm really looking forward to continuing the campaign and trying out the other game modes a bit more in depth. And I'm also looking forward to playing with some mates and seeing how the multiplayer experience compares to single player. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day or night, whichever it may be, and I'll see you in the next video.